In this lesson, you will learn how to read a raised landscape and connect its shape with the ways people use it. Look across the wide scene. The land stands above the surrounding area, the top is not perfectly even, and different activities appear across the surface and edges. The picture gives us clues, and we will learn how to use them carefully. A plateau, or tableland, is elevated land with a relatively flat or rolling top and often steep sides. The top can be uneven, so a plateau is not necessarily completely flat. Notice how height and top shape work together. A plateau is elevated land with a broad top. The top may be relatively flat or gently rolling. Tableland does not mean perfectly flat like a table. A plateau is identified by elevation plus a broad, relatively flat or rolling top, often with steep sides. That removes a common mistake. Plateau tops can be flat or rolling. Perfect flatness is not required. Use the height, top, and side clues together. What features define a plateau or tableland, and why is completely flat incorrect? The diagram gives us the full definition. A plateau or tableland is elevated land with a relatively flat or rolling top and often steep sides. Completely flat is incorrect because plateau tops can also be gently rolling. The image shows both flatter and rolling parts. Next, we will compare plateau shape with mountain and plain shape. A plateau is elevated like high land, but its broad, flat to rolling top separates it from a peaked or ridged mountain. It also stands above the lower, broadly level plain. Keep one comparison rule across all three. Plateaus are elevated with broad upper surfaces. That shape separates them from mountains and plains. Use the same two criteria for all three profiles: relative elevation and top shape. Plateau evidence is the combination of raised land and a broad, flat-to-rolling upper surface. This makes the classification fair. Compare landforms using the same criteria. Elevation and top shape are enough for this task. Look at the same baseline beneath all three. How does plateau shape differ from mountain and plain shape in this comparison? The shared criteria make the difference visible. A plateau is elevated with a broad, relatively flat or rolling top, unlike the steeper peaked or ridged mountain and the lower, broadly level plain. The comparison uses elevation and surface shape. Next, we will see why many plateaus are linked with mineral resources. A mineral resource is useful mineral material found in the earth. Many plateaus contain mineral resources, but minerals also occur outside plateaus. The cutaway shows a useful connection, not an exclusive rule. Many plateaus contain mineral resources. Minerals are not limited to plateaus. Many plateaus are associated with mineral resources, but the pattern is not exclusive. Minerals can occur in other landforms too, so the relationship should not be turned into an all-or-none rule. Watch the wording of the relationship. Many does not mean only. Plateaus can contain minerals without owning all mineral resources. Use both the cutaway and the caution card. What is a mineral resource, and what does many plateaus contain mineral resources mean without saying minerals occur only there? The two parts of the image give a careful answer. A mineral resource is useful mineral material found in the earth, and many plateaus contain such resources, but minerals also occur outside plateaus. The relationship is common, not exclusive. Next, we will see how plateau surfaces can support grazing and farming. Many plateaus can support grazing and farming on suitable parts of their broad upper surfaces. Different parts of the same plateau can be used in different ways. The broad surface creates more than one possibility. Plateau surfaces can support grazing and farming. Different areas may support different uses. Broad plateau surfaces can provide usable space for grazing and farming, but the whole plateau need not be used in one uniform way. Different areas can support different activities. Keep the word suitable in mind. Plateau land use can vary across one surface. Grazing and farming need not occupy every part. Compare the two use zones on the same plateau top. How can a plateau support both grazing and farming without the whole surface being used in one way? The shared surface gives the clue. Different suitable parts of a broad plateau surface can support grazing and farming, so the whole plateau does not need to have one uniform use. The image shows the two activities in separate zones. Next, we will see how a steep plateau edge can be connected with a waterfall. A waterfall is water dropping over a steep edge. On a plateau, a stream can form a waterfall where the upper surface ends in a sharp drop. The edge changes the water's path. A waterfall is water dropping over a steep edge. The plateau profile shows that drop clearly. Water crosses the plateau surface until the land drops sharply. Because the surface falls away, the flowing water drops too, producing a waterfall. The shape of the edge explains the visible change. A steep land drop can create falling water. That is the key plateau-waterfall connection. Trace the stream from left to right. What is a waterfall, and how does the plateau edge in the image help create it? The stream and edge show the relationship. A waterfall is water dropping over a steep edge, and the plateau edge creates that sharp drop for the flowing stream. The image shows the water falling where the land falls away. Next, we will use the Deccan Plateau as the main Indian example of a plateau. The Deccan Plateau is the principal Indian plateau example in this lesson and lies across a broad part of peninsular India. The inset connects it to plateau shape and learned resource uses. Now connect the map location to the landform idea. The Deccan Plateau is a major Indian plateau example. It lies across a broad part of peninsular India. The map tells us where the Deccan Plateau is, and the inset connects that place to the plateau ideas already learned. The lesson uses it as a location example rather than an advanced geology case. The map and inset have different jobs. Location plus landform evidence builds the example. The map shows where, the inset recalls what. Use both the highlighted map region and the inset. Where is the Deccan Plateau, and why is it useful as the principal Indian plateau example in this lesson? Combine the map clue with the landform clue. The Deccan Plateau lies across a broad part of peninsular India, and it is useful because it gives a real Indian example for the plateau shape, resource, and livelihood ideas already learned. The map locates it, while the inset recalls the concepts. Next, we will classify a new landscape using plateau shape, resources, livelihoods, waterfall, and map evidence together. Use several clues together: plateau shape, mineral resources, grazing or farming, waterfall, and the Deccan Plateau example. A strong answer connects them without turning patterns into absolute rules. Now make the separate clues work together. Plateau explanations combine several kinds of evidence. Shape, resources, uses, and location can support one answer. A complete explanation links the plateau's shape with resource, livelihood, waterfall, and Deccan Plateau clues. It also keeps the wording careful by rejecting perfect flatness and minerals-only misconceptions. The final rule is about careful evidence. Several clues make plateau classification stronger. Good explanations avoid absolute claims. Choose at least 4 clue groups from the board. How would you use the shape, mineral resource, grazing or farming, waterfall, and Deccan Plateau clues to explain this plateau evidence board? Bring the evidence into one connected response. The board shows elevated land with a broad flat to rolling top and a steep side, a mineral resource clue, grazing or farming on suitable surface areas, a waterfall at a sharp edge, and the Deccan Plateau as the principal Indian example. The explanation uses several clues and avoids saying plateaus are perfectly flat or that minerals occur only there. You are ready to identify plateau landscapes and explain their resources and uses with evidence.